on, people? Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. Jovi will be joining us soon, but I got our boy, Dr. David, Dr. Oluwatimi, King Damola. He goes by many names. This is our boy. You might have seen him in our DreamCon video, man. Thank you for joining us, to talk about Superman. Some super spoilers. It's fun. So me and him, if you don't know, we're really cool. So he texted me, or he FaceTimed me actually, right after he saw it. And he was like, I'm going to watch your review, but I got to tell you, the blonde bimbo was the hero of this movie. So I actually want to expand on that, because I think this movie has you might not know this, but Superman is my favorite character. And I think the movie did, I think it did good. I think there are some valid criticisms, but I do want to talk about things I've been hearing since this movie came out. Two things in particular. The first I kind of don't really want to address, but a lot of people have been talking about it. There's this notion that apparently this movie is that it's trying to send a message about immigration because he's an immigrant. And the thing that caught me was in this entire movie, which I did see twice, I don't remember him ever even using I don't remember the word immigrant coming up. But apparently these people are fixated on this interview James Gunn did where he talks about how, it's about a story about a guy who's an immigrant and, it's a story of America, whatever. And that set people off. And all I want to say on that is if you're upset that this Superman story is telling the story of an immigrant, then you should be upset at every Superman story ever told. And I don't mean every movie. I mean every TV show, every episode of a TV show, anything he's ever been in. Because he's always an immigrant. Why? Because he's an alien from outer space. That is what he is. So that whole thing is just, it's so ridiculous to me that I almost didn't even want to talk about it, but it actually made me angry the more it came up, because it's so stupid. Like saying he's an immigrant is like saying he wears a blue suit. Of course he does. Like, come on, bro.
Are people accusing this to be like some woke message?
Yes, that's the thing. Because it's our boy Tim. Me and him were talking after he saw the movie, and he was like, he liked it, so he was looking for reviews because something he does, something I do too. We try to look at reviews to see contrary points, to see how different people feel about it. But apparently, the entire discourse was around this immigration, this woke Superman who was here to try to make us feel bad, and I was like, wait a minute, are you serious? So then he sent me the Twitter links, and it's a lot. On Rotten Tomatoes, especially, you'd be surprised how many reviews talk about it.
I did see something on Twitter just like quickly, but I mean, I left it really quickly because I didn't want the spoilers. But I saw people complaining that the Superman movie was woke, and I didn't see anything that was woke in my opinion, except for maybe. I mean, even what I thought maybe could be considered woke was that would be even a stretch. Like I felt those. Maybe there was a political commentary on the Israel-Palestine conflict because of the whole Bahrain or whatever it's called.
So that's what I was getting at. So that I thought people would probably, because that, you're right. But, there are some people who think it's Russia, Ukraine, or Israel, Palestine, whatever. But even that, it's like, I mean, I guess you could get there, but I think you might have to. I mean, I think that's a stronger parallel than, or I guess a stronger argument, I should say, for quote unquote wokeness than him being an immigrant.
And that's still a stretch.
Right. So that just drove me crazy. But then the other big criticism that got me that I kept seeing, people were saying that this Superman, sorry, I think Jovi just texted me. I think he's about to hop on. But anyway, they are saying that they didn't like this movie because you didn't get to know this Superman or this Lex Luthor because you were kind of dropped in after they had, I think the movie said 3 years into him being Superman. And to that I say this, because that one right there actually irritated me, because everyone kept saying how, the 1978 Superman was so much better because we got to know him. So we all watched the movie. Did you see Sinners, David?
Yes.
So in the movie Sinners, we all saw it critically acclaimed. But do we know why the Smokestack brothers were feared in their town? Do we know where Remick came from, the vampire? Do you know what his background was? Do we know what was happening at the beginning when the Native Americans were chasing him? No, we don't. We don't know any of these relationships, but you were smart enough to get it through context, right? So if you can understand a movie like that, you're telling me that with 80 years of Superman and Lex Luthor history, you can't guess why Superman and Lex Luthor don't like each other? Like, bruh, I was. And this
those are simple arguments.
Huh?
I said no, those are simple arguments that don't really as worth like debating. Really,
Yeah, like
because again, go ahead.
I know. I was just saying, I agree, but there's a lot of it, and it just made me like. This is the part where I realize I'm being passionate as a Superman fan, where I'm just like, bro, just shut up, yo, just stop talking, like, because that's just dumb. But
I wouldn't say that you need to be a Superman fan in order to denounce those people bitching about I guess lack of context, right? Because we know these Superman, like, how many times have these superhero movies been redone?
Thank you, bro.
We know the backstory, right? Even if let's assume that this was the very first Superman movie. Mm-hmm. Like, we, for those that are very invested in the context and the background, those people already know the background anyway. Right?
Exactly, bro.
Right? Yeah. So no, and
it's annoying because these are the same people. They see Batman's parents get killed in a movie. They're like, oh, why do we need to see this? We know what happens. Like, it's just, maybe they're just no pleasing people, but that's just me. I just need to get that off my chest because it was really annoying me, bro.
Yeah, no. But so far, what you've listened to me have been like not arguments that I care to even cater to. I have my own personal issues with the movie. I assume which we will.
Yeah, so that's what I was just about to say. With that, I do actually want to hear your thoughts. So this is a spoiler review, guys. Just, if I didn't say that at the beginning. But yeah, so go ahead. Don't feel free to not hold anything back. I do want to hear your thoughts about the movies, the good and the bad, before I continue with some other things I want to talk about that I couldn't talk about in the non-spoiler review. But go ahead.
Okay, so just start anywhere.
Yeah, so tell me. Okay. So you said you have your own criticism. So we like to start sour then sweet. So let's start with our sours here. Tell us your criticisms of the film.
Okay. All right. Let's start off with Lex's obsession, right? So Lex, I think they did a great job with Lex being a villain, but at the same time, he was sort of like a what's the word? An anti-antagonist. I don't know when they. I can't remember the phrase where the antagonist is sort of like a protagonist at the same time. Well, his whole objective is to protect mankind because, in all honesty, Superman is a threat. I mean, like, I work in security. I would consider Superman a threat.
I agree. He's unchecked power. Yes.
Yes. Right. I mean, they did a good job. Like, James Gunn did an excellent job exploring that perspective of Lex through the conversation between Clark Kent and Lois Lane when it got like real comfortable, like she was interviewing him.
When she was interviewing him,
yeah, that was an excellent scene in my opinion, right?
I agree.
But going back to Lex, right? Okay, your overall objective is to ensure that this guy is put down so that he would never be a threat to mankind, right? But at the same time, his obsessions, he proved that his obsession supersedes his desire to protect the humans.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, you are defeating your own goal, right? So I was like, I don't understand. I'm hoping that James Gunn realizes that, but he just wants he intentionally put that contradiction. It's like, this guy is so. He hates this immigrant so much.
Yes.
Right. Which could be like
values. Yeah.
Which is actually very analogous to if you want to make it a little political, which is analogous to our current temperature in the United States. You're so focused on these immigrants, not realizing that they are not the main issue. The people, the people who have the power are the issue. Lex's obsession is and murdered some random guy that likes Superman. I think it was like South Asian. Maybe he has a
Oh yeah, the dude, the food vendor. Yeah, the food vendor.
food vendor. Yeah,
He didn't even know him, dog.
bro. Are you serious?
Yes.
Right? I mean, look, there's villainous behavior, but you know, I would assume that with someone's with the level of intelligence that Lexus has,
Mm-hmm.
the villainous behavior, there'll be a method to the madness, right? There'll be some logic to the madness, and he was ready to just completely destroy the entire planet just to destroy Superman. That made absolutely no sense to me.
Well, one real quick point, because I think I agree with like 95% of what you said, but I think it was real quick. But what he said he wanted to do, he wanted the people in Metropolis specifically to die because they had supported him for so long. Because when the dude, you remember there was a dude who's like, I have to close this, and he kept saying no. Lex kept saying no to that dude. He was like, I'm going to close this, and Lex said no. They chose him. Let them die. Then he said, we'll close it when we get to the city that I care about. So I think he did actually plan to eventually stop it from destroying the whole world. In that sense. But everything else.
But yes, okay. Let's get even if that's true, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was very clear that the danger of even just opening what Mr. Terrific said, every time you open this thing, you are creating the potential of destroying this planet. Yeah, and this motherfucker let it open way past that point.
Yes,
right. That's inexcusable in my opinion. Right, even for like unless you're did you watch My Academia, Boku no Hero?
Yep. Oh, but look who it is. It's our boy. What's going on, Jovi?
Yo.
Hey, what up?
Yep. So what's up, man? Just to catch you up real quick, David's telling us his sours for the movie, or his spoiler sours. He's talking about Lex Luthor, in particular, how Lex Luthor was he was, for lack of a better word, pretty crazy. He was like, he went against some goals, because his whole thing was, I need to protect the world from Superman, but in doing that, he basically tried to destroy the world. So David's talk about that, but yeah. So my bad to interrupt you, David. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So I was gonna bring up the point. If you and Sam have ever watched Boku no Hero, My Academia Hero, Shigaraki, the guy that when he touches, his whole goal is utter destruction.
Yeah.
Right. But that's not Lex's Luthor goal. Lex Luthor's goal is to preserve the planet. Right. Right. Yes. That's antithetical to Shigaraki's goal. So, but the way Lex Luthor was trying to not only destroy Superman, but as well as his image, you would believe that he's Shigaraki. Like his goals are aligned. I'm like, bro, you are not the same. What's up? So that's one part that didn't make sense to me.
I got you.
I would say that's my number one sour of the movie. Then the other stuff are like minor. Like for example, in that Pocket universe, Mr. Terrific says to Lois that if we fall into that river of like what do you say, like antimatter or something like that?
I think it was antimatter. If they fall into it, they're dead. Yeah. Yeah,
like you'll be ripped apart. Not only did Superman fall into it, but all the henchmen fell into it, right? Now, now we know Superman is basically a god. So I was like, hey, when I saw him fall into it, I was like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna let that slide. But then all the henchmen were falling into it. I'm like, none of these people are just dying instantly.
They were fighting, they were fighting in it.
The henchmen actually
fighting in the river.
Did they touch the water or the river?
Yes, they were fighting.
All right, then if that's the case, then that's a plot hole. I didn't actually know. I remember he blasted one, but I do have to see it again. But yeah, I'll trust you. That's an inconsistency because they should have died as soon as they touched it. Yeah,
you can't because it's like, well, I mean, a small portion of the movie was in the Pocket universe, but because it was like the Pocket universe had only a small amount of screen time, I was listening to every single word because I wanted to understand what's this universe about. So Mr. Terrific, being the intelligent genius he is, right? And
third smartest person in the world, baby.
A word? I didn't know that. So I'm like,
Maybe
okay,
he was wrong.
See, I was like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's like, you touch that shit, you're dead. But clearly that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like the scene. I did like that. Superman was holding a baby above the
the whole time.
I was like, all right, that's some gangster shit, bro. That's some real gangster shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's another thing? Okay. So another minor thing that I thought was just like absolutely stupid was Lex was controlling. Is his name Ultraman?
Ultraman, yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm digressing for a second. I knew it was a doppelganger since the opening scene of the movie, because the opening scene of the movie is him fighting.
Yeah.
I was like, that. I think that's a fake Superman, right?
How did you know that, bro?
Because I was looking at his suit. I was like, I don't see any propulsion mechanism, like anything of that matter. Now, to be fair, later on we've seen Terrific Spheres, and we don't see anything like the Spheres doesn't show any type of propulsion mechanism. Okay. But when I first saw the opening, I was like, that has to be a fake Superman, because who else was flying in that shit, right? Then buttress with them showing up at the
Fortress of Solitude.
The Fortress of Solitude. They enter it, and they don't explain how they enter. I was like, okay, that motherfucker is Superman. It has to be, right?
So the movie kind of ruined it for me, because you don't know who Ultraman. You didn't know who he was before this movie. No. So, Jovi, did you know who Ultraman was?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking that he was like a Bizarro or something.
Yeah, when they said his name, like at first, because that was one of my things, I was really getting mad when he was getting beat up at the beginning. Because I was like, yo, who is this dude who is stronger than Superman?
Right.
But then they said Ultraman, and I was like, oh, well, that's him. Well, that's why it makes sense. So I knew just right there that it was
It's funny that you mentioned Bizarro, because as Ultraman's getting sucked into that black hole, he looks exactly like Bizarro. So I feel like they're going to try to swing it and say that he is already the alternate universe Superman.
And so David, real quick, just so you know, Ultraman in the comics is actually Clark Kent from another universe, like, the multiverse.
Oh, okay.
He's Clark Kent from another universe, but he is evil. And he created, instead of a Justice League, he created something called the Crime Syndicate that he leads.
Yeah.
With alternate versions of Wonder Woman and the Flash and Batman and all them, right?
I feel like they're going to go that direction.
In this story, it looks like they made It looks like they made him Bizarro, because he was, he was pretty dumb, right? He just listened to the Lex the whole time. But Jovi,
so Ultraman is intelligent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I think is going to happen, though, Jovi, I think that black hole he fell into, I think James Gunn is probably setting him up to become the Ultraman from the comics. Because I'm betting that black hole leads to another universe where he'll probably set up his crime syndicate and be Ultraman that we know from the comics. Yeah. That's what I think is going to happen.
Does that mean like reverse Flash type shit?
What'd you say?
Like reverse Flash?
Well, he's not. He's another Flash. He's not like reverse Flash, but he's another Flash. Yeah.
Okay. Well, to like finish that point, the minor thing that I didn't like was that when he's fighting Ultraman, right? Because Ultraman here is he's dumb and he's being directed, right? And, and we see cameras following him. Like the entire movie, I was like, why doesn't Superman just destroy those cameras? and so he's like, oh, and then he makes a big moment at the end of the movie. Oh, I'm gonna get my dog on the camera. I'm like, my nigga, you are Superman.
You could have did it.
Destroy the cameras. Yeah. You can't just knock this guy out just for 2 seconds and just destroy it one by one. I was like, come on, bro. Like Crypto seemed like an unnecessary ad, honestly. Crypto was annoying throughout the entire movie. I was annoyed by this dog.
You know what, bruh? There are just two extremes. Either you love Crypto or you did not. I loved him, but so many people I talked to were like, "Bruh, I didn't like the dog," but I loved him. But I do agree at the end, especially when he figured out that, like, oh, Lex, you're looking at. He probably should have figured it out faster. But when he's figured out, oh, Lex, you're using these cameras, bro, just laser them guys, yo. Like, again, you're like, you could do that.
You're a Superman, bro. I'm like, yeah, it didn't make any sense.
But
he's
they
smarter.
Did it for the movie. They did it for the movie.
Smarter than that. But we talked about this before. He's also young too.
Yes, that was I don't like. There's a huge contrast between this James Gunn Superman versus like the Zack Snyder Superman, right? Other than the obvious, which is the tone of the movie, the color scheme, like DC went through like a darker, grittier movement of characters. But like, I understand. I like this Superman because of the hope, the message of his humanity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like, why do you have to associate hope with naivete, right? Right? Like, why can't you be an intelligent, like strategic Superman that inspires hope? But maybe hope.
I kind of think that hope I think naivety feeds into hope a little bit, bro. Like, I think they go hand in hand. That's just me. Because you're talking about how he was just like, he's like, I think Lois said, like, yo, everyone you meet, you just automatically trust, or you always look for the best things and stuff.
Like, yes, they were spelling out for us. Yeah.
He's telling his secret to people, and you're right. He's doing things that it's like,
no reason.
You should be more savvy than that. I can agree with that, but I mean,
there's no reason for that. There's no reason that they were like, "Oh yeah, that's Clark Kent." It's like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh yeah, you're his girlfriend." It's like, how? Like, why are you telling people who I am? Like,
for real,
unacceptable.
Weird.
Like,
that's wild.
I could totally agree with. It was just this. He seems so naive and like, I saved the world, so I did the right thing sort of situation. But it's like, yo, you didn't think about consequences either.
Well, okay, I would, I really love that moment when Lois and Clark are arguing, and he loses his first, like people are about to die. I was like, that really showed, how much he loved humanity and that he wants to protect human life, right? So again, as I said earlier in the this video, I love that scene through and through.
I do.
Yeah,
go ahead. I was just gonna say I do too, mainly because I think that encapsulated what he is more than anything. Like that's what a hero does. Like, not even just Superman, but like, like Captain America in Civil War, when he was like, bro, I'm not going to listen to the government. I'm going to do what's right. Like, people, like, they don't think about, again, you say it's naivety, and Jovi, you're right. He doesn't think about consequences. But all he thinks about is, listen,
he's doing good.
I don't care about governments. If people are going to die, I need to stop it. And that's it. That's all he's thinking.
Yeah, and that's commendable. That is commendable, my opinion.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are consequences. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
obviously consequences, but and which I I'm glad that God didn't give me some powers, because I'll be.
So look,
I feel like that is a common consensus. We are flawed. We are flawed beings.
Yes,
not many people would be good. I mean,
not many people. I don't think. Listen,
there is a small percentage of people that would not do what his daddy really wanted him to do.
Yeah,
like that.
Oh, which we're gonna get to. We're gonna get to that. But do you understand? I was telling my friends, bro, like, how lucky Lex Luthor is that Superman wasn't black? Because if he was, he would have been dead many times over. You touch my dog, I'm gonna throw you into the sun.
Where's the dog? Where's my dog? He's very upset. I was like, it's not even your dog.
And he didn't do anything to him. Like, nah.
Clearly, that dog is the bane of Superman's existence. But the way he showed up with that dog, you like, I don't give a shit. That's my bane. You're not
Right.
gonna take my band away from me.
Exactly.
You're not gonna take away this piece of shit. He's a horrible dog. But
He's
James
horrible,
Gunn,
not even a good dog. That
he
man
literally
showed up
said
through the desk and screamed at him, son. I ain't never heard Superman scream like that. But yeah,
he based it off of his own dog, and he even said he's like, my dog, he's a bad dog. Like he sucks at being a dog. So he based Crypto off of that, and it's like, yo, he really, who would have? No one wants a superpowered dog that does whatever he wants.
Nah, that's crazy.
But Jofi, you and I actually haven't talked about this. You got any? Oh, David, I'm sorry. Did you have any more sours you wanted to get off your chest?
Nah. Well, I mean, Hawkgirl kills a head of state.
I actually liked that. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit. Justice gay? Oh, that's some real gangsters.
He was like, I'm not Superman. And like,
right. And I was like, so does like, even when Green Lantern is like, they're going and he's throwing the middle fingers up and everything, like he's killing people. Like those people aren't surviving.
Oh yeah, tanks for flipping?
Yeah. So it's just like, do they not have to follow rules? Are they not government regulated? I mean,
but that was not as explicit. Okay, real quick, that level of control with his Green Lantern powers, I don't think that was depicted in other Green Lantern movies. Like being able to just like he wasn't even really looking. He was like, all right.
No, yeah, he was just
David. Wasn't that scene fire though, bro?
Yo,
it was dope.
Fire.
No, like I thoroughly enjoyed all that, but I'm like,
he went boom, and yeah, that joint was like that.
Even it wasn't as explicit as Hawkgirl dropping somebody.
Dropping
like
world,
you know how in superhero movies it's sort of like implied that their people died because when you have two planetary powers going against each other. And buildings are falling. Motherfuckers are in those buildings.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Someone's dying, right? But they always, it's implied. It's never explicit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what happened. I would say at best, that's what happened with Green Lantern when he was just like, But that's a stark difference between Hawkgirl though.
Literally dropped a world leader and just like, okay, whatever.
At the end, those two government dudes were like, hey, the metahumans, they're making all the rules now.
No, I was about to say, Rick Flag Sr., literally, they were talking to each other, and it was like, yeah, like, I never thought you would be okay with this. Never thought you'd be cool with, like, metahumans basically taking over.
Hey, man, sometimes, I don't know, man.
So you took the word, we've been doing this way too long, because that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, all this happens, she definitely killed a world leader, and then the government is sitting like, oh shit, they have control because Superman has control. Even somebody died on that beach. You can't tell me that somebody didn't get.
I think Superman is not gonna be happy. Like whatever the fallout is from this, I don't think he's gonna be happy that she killed that person.
Yeah,
he's not gonna be happy. He's not gonna be happy, but like he wasn't happy when Mr. Terrific murdered that alien creature.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with that either.
Yeah, but he's gonna. What else? What he's gonna do? Like you should have done it, and then keep going. Right.
I think when it comes to, maybe it's biased, but when it comes to a human life, he might be a little bit more strict. We'll see, though. Who knows?
We'll see.
No sense because he's not a human.
Jovi, what are your sours?
Sours, man. I'm pretty much. I'm sure I'm aligned with y'all on most of them. Me when it comes to. There was a really fun time at the movies, but there are some low times and like down times with him and Lois that I'm like, do we always need their connection for every project to be, a quarter of a movie? I feel like it is. We had a whole TV show called Lois and Clark. So like, I get it, but I really just wanted a little even more Superman, like development of this time frame for him, not just more Lois, their relationship. Like it was like, hey, this is kind of deep, but this feels like this should be in something else. Like, you know, it felt like a different project when they were together for me.
Okay.
You wait, just to be clear, you felt as if the dynamic between Lois and Clark was sort of like a pocket universe in itself.
Yeah. It didn't feel like everything else was either, you know, very story driven or serious or funny as hell. Their relationship felt like a TV show. Like we were watching, like we took a commercial break and went to somewhere else. And like, I don't know, I got taken out of the experience when they were together. Maybe I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I just wanted just Superman.
No, you hate him, bro. You hate him.
That's it.
No,
That's
because it wasn't that much screen. Because I already told you that I enjoyed the back and forth when. Lois
oh no, that was dope. That scene, because
that was a pivotal scene.
Yeah,
I think
that I get that, because it's even more like, hey, I'm still a reporter. You are two people. So it's like, if I'm really talking to you, I'm talking to Superman right now. I'm not talking to Clark.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna do this. I love that. Like that showed how strong Lois is and how important she is within that universe. But then it was just like some of the other scenes, like even the one when he shows up to the house and she's there, and you know, even when like I'm like, I don't care.
Even the beginning of the movie or after?
When he's fighting, they're fighting yeah.
When
they're in the background
fight. Yeah.
I was like,
but no, listen, it's so
we didn't need that.
Every movie, every superhero needs a confidant.
Yes.
And Lois Lane was the confidant in this movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we it allows the superhero to show a more vulnerable side. I mean, somebody argue that the entire movie was a vulnerable side of Superman, which I would agree with to a certain extent. But you know, you get to see a little bit more vulnerable side with Lois Lane, because she can pull those emotions out, right?
Yeah. He was pouting while they're fighting an alien in the background. It's like, oh, they got it.
That's real. That's real. He was pouting.
Like, so that's it. That is my only critique, and that's me being super critical on it, because I thoroughly enjoyed everything else. It just, for me, felt like it was a pause, and that's not. I know James Gunn is good for it. All of his movies have emotional scenes, and like connection, but it just didn't feel like it didn't connect to me within this storyline. That's it. That's all.
I think that his so I mean, I see what you're saying, but I think the connection to me, it wasn't even really with. And let me say this: I actually do really like this Lois. I thought she was excellent.
Oh,
and I think their relationship is excellent.
Yeah.
But the big story to me was, and you know, before, sorry, Jovi, when me and David were talking earlier, I told about how people were criticizing this movie because they felt we didn't get an origin story for Superman, even though there are 80 years of origin stories.
We know it.
So
he says it though.
They do say it at the beginning. They say what happened to him, but people were saying, oh, in the Christopher Reeve movie, we got an origin and we got to see him and we understand why he and Lex hate each other and all this nonsense. But what I liked about this movie,
Superman doesn't hate Lex. Lex hates Superman, to be honest.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Right.
But what I liked about in this movie, we do see him kind of have to redefine and refine himself after he learns what his parents really said. Which is going to be my sour though. I did not like what they did with Jor-El and Lara, his Kryptonian parents, making them evil. That drink makes me so mad. I know it's been done before, but if they don't fix this, I'm gonna be pissed.
Why did he spend money to get Bradley Cooper to be like? Why did he spend that bread?
Maybe he did it as a favor. You don't know, man.
I don't. It's like you could have got a nobody. Like, just he did not have to use a notable actor for that role. But it was like, it was funny.
I wouldn't say. Would you say if Sasuke from Naruto decided to go on a harem to like populate to reinvigorate the Itachi clan, would you say that's evil?
I mean, taking many wives, and by any way, take as many wives as you want to. The way it's said is kind of
the way it was worded, but I don't think what he's saying is wrong because he's like, you need to rebuild. We need
okay,
more
but then he
Kryptonians.
also said,
yeah, we need more
rule without
Kryptonians.
mercy.
Like, yeah,
He also said rule without mercy. That part is what's getting to me. The whole harem thing, I mean, sure. I guess you can argue, yes, you need to repopulate Krypton. But
I'm
the
just
whole
saying, if I was
thing
the last
made
black
me
guy
evil,
on
bro.
the planet Earth, best believe, bro. Best believe.
but that's the thing. It's like what he said was said so it was horribly said, but it wasn't wrong because any superior being that comes to another planet is going to rule. That's
okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
They actually talked about this in the show Smallville too. The first couple seasons, they ain't trust Jor-El because he said something similar. But my favorite Superman property is the animated series that we watched that came on when we were kids that I watched in.
Oh heck yeah!
Jor-El he was a paragon of justice in that, and that's how I like to remember him.
Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen is he's the one that's out here.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Olsen. Yo, that Instagram that man be getting ladies, bro.
Jimmy Olsen, man, he had all the ladies, man. He had Lex's girl.
David, I want you to repeat what you said. Who is the hero of this movie, bro? Because we can get into our sweets now.
I called Sam like at midnight or something like that, and I like, bro, the hero of the movie is a blonde bimbo.
Yes.
For real. Like she outsmarted the most intelligent person in the movie. She was sick because we saw her she was looking actually from a security, because like I look at everything from a security perspective because I'm in the security field, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm always thinking about security and privacy constantly. So if I see something like what the blonde chick was doing, I'm like, yo, this is a security hazard. This is like a failure of security. But I didn't think that was gonna come to her rescue. She was doing it intentionally, right? Not even under his nose. Like he was looking at her. Yeah. And then that was used as a catapult or the foundation upon which to arrest Lex Luthor. Now, initially I had a problem with Lex Luthor being captured in the first movie, right? Because he's like really intelligent and he wouldn't necessarily put himself in danger of being arrested. But the nigga he was unhinged the entire movie.
He was.
What made me feel comfortable?
He was losing control.
He was losing control. Like what made me feel maybe more comfortable with him getting arrested is that because he tore a rift in the planets. I was like, bro, you are unhinged.
I do have a sour, and Sam's going to laugh at me because I'm such a detail guy. How did they know that they were going to release the prisoners? How are people's families there ready to receive them when they release the prisoners from the prison in this alternate universe?
Oh, the pocket universe?
Why were they there, Sam? Who called them and said, guess what? We're opening this. That was like, they were all running out and grabbing their families.
Actually, I don't got an answer for you. I mean, it happened off screen. Someone must have called them. I don't know. That's a good question. That's not something.
No one knew that they were releasing the prisoners.
Well, describe the scene. Was like a pocket universe open, and then like all the prisoners.
No, he's talking about at the very end. Remember how Lex had all his ex-girlfriends in that pocket universe?
Yes.
He was keeping a prisoner. At the very end, they all got released, right?
Oh yes, because we see the girl with the purple coming out.
Yeah,
he's
saying,
and it's like, why were your parents there?
Like, that's not something I would think of, Jovi. I don't got an answer for you, man.
It was like it was a war zone. Why are your parents just there in the crack in the middle of the city?
How about this? Something that I really like. Yeah, I know. I got you. The other thing I really liked about that pocket universe, Lex, one of the reasons I liked him, even though I do think he was unhinged, he is legit maniacal, like emphasis on that. This dude was putting his ex-girlfriends in there. He was capturing political dissidents that countries didn't agree with. I mean, he's just, David said it. He shot a man who gave Superman food once. Like the dude, like, yo, this is Lex. This is him. He is he's insane.
This joint was like all decent and love heart and sweet, and it looked beautiful. Bro, people were dying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about this. I mean, I like seeing this one. Although I find it problematic that he was contradicting his own goals. It was interesting to see a unhinged Lex Luthor, but I don't know if it's. I'm not like deep in the comics, but if this is the first depiction where Lex Luthor goes to such an extent that he would jeopardize his own safety and security. Is this the first time they depict that?
Oh, that's not the first time, but he's done it before.
But I feel like since he started like this, he's going to have a way stronger hold on himself throughout the rest of this universe that he's created.
I agree. This is never going to happen to him again because he's been arrested before, and then when he gets out, he's a lot more careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not gonna happen again.
Okay. He won't be all smart about another blonde bimbo, I guess.
Yeah. Right.
We probably won't see it. There's gonna be no women around him after.
I know, man. Because that's his curse, bro. His arrogance. That's why he could, as smart as he is, he can't figure out that Clark Kent is Superman because he's so arrogant about it. He's like, there's no way this bumbling reporter could be the guy who's causing me all this trouble.
He put her in jail because she sent pictures, not because she was going against him, like to destroy his whole organization. Exactly. It's like you sent pictures to another man.
Yeah, crazy, bro. Let's move on.
We talked about Terrific, like that scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, once we get to Sweets, I'm just gonna
best scene of the movie.
Oh, okay.
We're on Sweets, bro. Like that, Jay. When he showed up, and he was like, he was just walking through, and all these people. There's a woman she said a line that I knew was gonna set him off because they were like, someone said, "Oh, that's one of those Justice Gang guys," and she said, "It's only the smart one." I was like, okay, you done messed up right there. You shouldn't have said that. Only the smart one. He about to take all y'all out.
No.
And that joke was great, man.
He is superior. He's good at everything. His mind, he knows how to do everything. That's why his character is so damn cool. He's perfect at everything.
I dare say terrific.
Right, terrific.
He's like every single if he lifts weights, he's going to lift weights better than everyone. He's going to know what to do to make his body stronger. When it comes to technology, like they showed so much of him in those scenes. I was like, man, if they don't do a TV show,
I think he's getting a spinoff. Him and Guy Gardner's getting his spinoff.
Oh, Guy definitely, because
he's gonna be in Lanterns. But yeah, Terrific.
Guy Gardner was so great because he's supposed to be arrogant and you're supposed to hate him, and I loved it. Yeah, I loved that. I didn't like him.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved
it too. I love that so much. And this is another one of my sweets. Hawk Girl screaming. I know people were annoyed. That shit was funny as hell to me. Anytime. I think that's part of her
power, though.
No, yeah, but the way it was, it just the zoom in of her face.
Oh, yeah,
like I'm like, we're in IMAX, and I was like, this whole screen is this woman's face.
Yeah, that's facts actually. IMAX 3D too. I watched IMAX.
Yeah,
I saw that joint in 3D on accident. I had no idea. She's like, here's your glasses. I was like, glasses? What is this? I didn't want this.
And she's bad and beautiful, so it made it, I was like,
yeah, man.
I see the girl from Last of Us.
Yeah.
I didn't know
a lot of projects in the last 4 years. She's been like,
and she's gonna be in Peacemaker season 2. Oh, what you think of the Peacemaker cameo, bro?
Right, it was perfect.
I was dying when he showed up, y'all.
Perfect. It was quick.
I was like, yes.
It was quick. I love it. It's like, oh yeah, these guys do whatever they want. And it's just like, what are you talking about, Peacemaker? You do whatever you want.
They was like, right, Chris? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, Peacemaker, come on, bro.
Oh, I never watched that movie. Is that a movie, right?
That's a TV show.
Oh,
and it's great.
I never watched it.
You gotta watch that, bro. So this is the thing that I want to say. We were talking about Mr. Terrific, because just like Peacemaker and Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner, I think Jeff Johns, the comic book writer, once said something so incredible. He said, "You know, it really only takes just one comic or one scene or one TV show to show you how cool a character can be."
Mm-hmm.
And that happened. It happened to us with Peacemaker. It happened in this movie with Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner. And I just love that, these lesser known characters get time to shine so that people are like, oh, wow, I would love to see more of them.
Well, that's James Gunn.
I want to say they did that with Hawkgirl. Hawkgirl was
not her. I didn't mention her, though. I didn't mention her specifically.
Yeah. Nothing's going to come. We're not going to. She could reprise her role, but she's not getting a solo.
She's not getting a solo project, no. I think she's going to be in Peacemaker season 2. Because the whole Justice Gang is going to be there.
The whole Justice Gang.
Yeah.
They really did a good job
what was your
Lantern and Terrific, because not one time throughout the entire movie that either of them broke a sweat, right?
No,
not one time. Even when he was Terrific was most active, when he was he wasn't even really protecting Lois Lane. Actually, he forgot about her. He's like, all right, I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna do my thing. That boy's face was still like, it wasn't even glistening. Right? Black people look good when we glisten. He had no sweat. Right?
Yeah, man.
Effortless.
Yeah. Go ahead, son.
Now I was just about to say, we can wrap this up with, I just wanted to hear, what was your guys' favorite part of the movie?
Easy. I'm gonna say
Flight.
Easy. The first thing that comes to mind. What did you say?
Flight.
Yes.
Flying.
Yes. Him flying. It felt like the F1 movie.
Yeah.
The Sonic Boom was crazy.
He looked so happy. It was like he had joy on his. Anytime he was flying, unless he's fighting, it was just like he was just. That is part of Superman. That's like this flight is. It was dope. I agree. Like it felt like F1. James did research to be like, what would it look like if somebody was really shooting through the air?
Yeah, that giant was. I mean, to be fair, Zack Snyder kind of did the sound effect too, but like that dude flies fast. So that boom when he was flying, that was crazy, man. At the beginning.
Yeah, it felt like I remember. I watched your F1 review, and it's similar to what you said there. It felt like they stuck a camera on his body and showed you his perspective. Like a wide angle. Well, it wasn't like a wide angle camera, but just show you from his view,
right?
From a close up view at least, as opposed to always, from tens of meters away. That's what most of the Supermans are. Is usually you see them from a different most of the Superman. Zack Snyder,
they're coming across.
Yeah. There are some close ups in the Zack Snyder Superman, but most of it is. You're seeing him from afar. Yeah. This one, you really feel like, because it feels like the camera's shaking, because there's so much turbulence that if you're gonna be in his vicinity, you're gonna feel that turbulence.
Oh, bro,
I agree.
But yeah, no, and I mean that aspect of it. But besides that, bro, just good. It's good. It was good writing. I enjoyed listening to the conversations and how the storyline progressed is something that I know, he has help, but James Gunn knows how to make a good story.
I will say I'm very thoroughly impressed with the amount of characters that were in this movie. I'm surprised that it was as coherent as it was.
Oh yeah, and because that never happens.
Because I was worried. But David, you were gonna say something when I asked you your favorite part. You said something.
No, it was flight. I couldn't think of anything else. That the first thing I thought about was just the flight part, because it reminded me of the F1 movie, and I was in my every time during the F1 movie I felt like I was in the passenger seat, and it just made me more immersed in the environment. So when I saw Superman fly, I felt like I was really immersed at what was happening. Right, it was everything was going fast, but it really it felt propelled me into the movie. I agree with Jovi that the storyline is is really good. Everyone felt like they had equal time to shine and didn't um, it didn't feel like we were stepping on any toes or people didn't. It didn't fuck up the story. So that was a pretty good thing. I also liked that we went back to the feeling of hope, which I think is sorely needed in 2025.
I agree.
Given, domestic and international affairs, I feel like the feeling of hope was necessary. And I was just talking, as I was talking, I was thinking about the Zack Snyder one. Yes, like can you have a feeling of hope in a very dark and gritty movie? I don't know. And maybe that's why James Gunn went with Superman's particular costume, right? Going back to like older comic book like style, right?
Yeah.
So I would say those three things: flight, storyline was had a nice pacing, and no one stepped on anyone's toes, and then the feeling of hope was sorely needed in dark times.
That's very
came out at
succinct.
the perfect time. Yeah, for sure.
I like it, man. I mean, I know it's doing well. I'm happy it's doing well. I think people do need to see it. Again, I think there are valid flaws. Do not listen to anybody who has any type of agenda when they're talking about the negatives here. Real quick, y'all too. What did y'all think of the Supergirl cameo in the end? Her movie's coming out next.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was another reminder for me that this is a more mature universe. Even like I mentioned all the killing and all this, but you got Supergirl busting in drunk or hungover. Yeah. I'm like, all right, James is making DC just got a little more mature, but not dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a very like reality check, and I laughed. Then I was like, she looked a little weird. I was just like, I don't know. I was like, I wasn't expecting, and then when she got beat up by Crypto, I was like,
that part was hilarious. Just the introduction of Crypto, the first thing I thought was like, I would never be me if I owned a dog and that dog is not trained. Fuck that shit. No, absolutely not.
But now we know whose dog it is.
Yes, I was like, that makes so much. I was like, bro, you are Superman. Put that dog down. I was like, train it, right? Give it treats. I don't know. Give it like alien guts, whatever it eats. Like train it, right? Yeah. But then I saw Supergirl. I was like, oh, okay. So he's leaving it up to her. So that makes much sense.
That's it. I liked it. I'm excited.
No, but then like the only time I liked that dog throughout the entire movie was that part, because he was like slamming her and she was loving it. I was like, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I thought so. That was pretty cute.
Yeah,
but
so
I'm
interested. You think her is going to be like a goofy coming to age?
No. I know what the story is, bro. So that's what I want to say. Right. When you said mature, so this Supergirl that James Gunn, I don't know if he's directing this movie, because he also came out and said every movie's going to have a different tone, which I think it should. I think that's fair. Not every movie should be, laughing or hopeful or feel good. There are going to be some darker ones. There are going to be some. But anyway, this movie, the Supergirl one, is based on the Woman of Tomorrow comic book that came out recently. Dang, that's not recent. That's like 9 years ago now. Sheesh. Anyway, gosh, time flies. But anyway, so it's based on a comic book where this Supergirl, she was actually on Krypton like as it was exploding. So she remembers everyone dying around her.
Yeah.
So because of that, she fell into a deep, deep depression and she turned to alcohol. That is why that's why she was drunk. She just turns to alcohol to drink to bury the depression. So I think that's actually an interesting take on character, and I'm going to be interested to see how they're going to handle this.
Well, it's funny because he mentioned that he was the only one on the planet. He didn't lie. He's mentioned that I'm the only Kryptonian on the planet.
I don't even remember that, but okay, yeah.
So it's like they asked the question. She technically wasn't there, but
Yeah.
then it's like she's back on the planet and she has her super, like, nobody notices that same logo. So it's like I want to know how they're gonna connect those two and like make it make sense.
How do you reconcile like Superman saying this one thing and then you see another person with the same?
Yes.
Yeah, I get that's
Picking up a train or
Okay.
something.
I would be
I'm
surprised if they did just not address that at all.
Yeah.
Like, because
Okay, go
they
ahead.
want to paint Superman in a good light and never
Right, yeah.
lies. So, but but it'll be good if they do address it though.
That comic came out 5 years ago. I knew it wasn't that long. I had to double check myself.
I was like, nah.
But, yeah. But all right, yeah, nah, man. We won't hold y'all any longer. Thank you guys for joining. I really am happy to hear your thoughts because I like doing it this way. I know that we all saw it like at different times, but you know, overall, I think we all enjoyed the movie. I think we all had some valid criticisms, but I mean,
and that's
I think it's
nitpicky.
fair to say that this
Yeah.
was a good setup, a good first movie for what's to come.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man. Like again, it's I think anyone can watch this and find something they'll enjoy in it, and it's just this, you know, it's feel good in the end. But with that, we will end it here. Thank you guys who stuck around. Oh, dang, we went 50-something minutes this time.
Almost
but hey,
an hour.
man, time flies when you're having fun. Anyway,
Yeah,
we
yes,
appreciate
sir.
y'all. Thank you so much. Until next time, we out.
Deuces.
Deuces.